they only gave us 3 crayons, we're gonna have to share.
Don't pass it down to me.
I would have did that, I've got an idea. We need approval of the minutes for May 13th for the city of Jonesboro.
I'll make a motion, we approve the meeting minutes for May 13th as written.
I'll second that.
Who said that first?
It was Greg and Rex.
Okay,
Actually Gerald, I think, first,
that's
but
what I thought.
I second.
You both did, it's a matter of
Don't
time.
matter.
Arm wrestle for it.
All right, roll call, please.
Andrea,
Abstain.
Rex,
Gerald.
Clayton,
Aye.
Greg.
aye. You're out of order, that really screwed me up.
Did I go out of order
It
again?
was Clayton and then Gerald.
Oh my.
It's okay, we love you.
I'm just happy to be included.
We love you too, like,
Under new business.
Hey, the sign across this, or the flowers across the street, the new business, they put a sign right in front of that. I don't know if I just noticed that. They did it this afternoon evidently. I don't know.
What is it?
It's a sign for their business, but it's blocking the flower pot, so I don't know if you wanna talk to them or what, but
Okay.
I didn't even see it.
yeah, it must just happen. I didn't see it earlier.
Then he'll have to move that pot himself. I think it weighs about 800 pounds.
Okay,
I'll look into that.
thank you.
Anything else from the board under new business?
I got a question, maybe this fall. Isn't it this the year that River Rally puts in renew their contract?
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, Rex. We had a meeting Tuesday, and that was discussed. I never found a contract back there in that office that was probably 8 years old. And so saying that, the part of the contract, prior contract stated that if there was no objection, it would continue on, and nobody objected. So
Okay.
it'll be, this year will be the first year that we will bring them in and renegotiate the contract for next year, because it's too late for this year.
Okay.
But it did say in their contract they had the right to extend it. And saying that there are gonna be some changes, we did discuss the changes, and I was gonna bring that up about the River Rally, but it went real well. Our next meeting is June 24th at 10:15 here, so if anybody wants to attend, it's already scheduled, June 24th, 10:15 a.m., not p.m.
yeah.
Okay. Let's go along. Under new business, does anybody else have anything they want to bring up? No, I will. Yes.
The redistricting thing, have we certified that, or?
It's coming up under mine.
All right.
Right. Well, since you brought it up, go ahead, pass that out to everybody. Each of you get one of those. That is a little packet that shows the census on top is the census that was 2020 for the city of Jonesboro. And each district is on the map following each district in order 1, 2, and 3. Each district has a number at the bottom. That's the total population according to the census. And those 3 together match what the census has. And what we have to read, their first reading on, when do we meet again? June. Our next meeting is, I'm sorry, I think it's
The
June
10th.
10th.
June 10th.
June 10th, we will have the first reading to recertify. We're not redistricting. Because the way the formula goes on that is that you take your highest district, and I think District 1 is 517 residents or population. And then you take away from the smallest, and that number is divided by the next, the remaining district ward. And if it's over 10%, you have to redo the whole thing. And the way I figured it up, and that's why I'm gonna have Clayton do the math for me, that we can, we just have to recertify. It's a big deal. You know, some cities down there, they're having struggles recertify or redistricting because the growth has been so much, and some areas are 10%. But those all come in with that.
Yeah,
So there will be a map. Huh?
yeah, this,
4.937 or something like that, I think it was. was.
It's all fun.
Yeah, but I want everybody, no gerrymandering, but I want everybody to understand that I'm gonna have some people look at it, and there is a program in there that you, if you wanna look at it, you can see how I did it. But it came up the exact population that the census had for us, which is good. So be aware that we have to do it, the first reading, the next meeting, to recertify. Under new business, I brought up the river rally, but that's old business. August 16th, I brought it up that we're gonna have the car and craft show out here in the thing, and I wanna invite everybody that has anything to do with Jonesboro, any church, any
What was the
group.
date again? I'm sorry.
August 16th,
What, have a time when that will start?
9 o'clock.
So,
Medina's running it.
so
Yeah,
to do that stuff.
so I do have a sign up form.
Tree at the left side of the cabin down at the park. And it was a big deal. It was fun to watching these 10 or 12 eighth graders working with a shovel. I don't think they've ever worked a shovel.
That was a pretty nasty
Sprain their
ground,
ankle,
though.
baby.
It was bad ground, but it was cute, and
Aw.
the kids had a good time. And,
Good.
and that is
And if
about.
you're driving by that way, you can stop and water the tree, we'd appreciate it. I
We
got it
have a
today.
guy that waters the trees around.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, moving right along, pool fill ordinance. Do you have that? I was not given it.
I have an extra.
So nobody else is doing this, right, Quentin?
What's that?
This pool fill?
No one in Grant County does it that I know of, other than there was a farmer going around, filling pools out of, I think, Van Buren, Ted, or whatnot.
I think his name was.
Washington Township is.
Yeah, Washington
Okay, I
Township.
didn't know they had started. But most people won't go into other people's area, like Washington won't come over here to fill
Right.
pools, because if they do, they're still gonna have to pay us to get the water, unless they truck it in.
So is this gonna be still to everything to the fire department, or is this money going to the city now?
Do what, I'm sorry?
You sharing the money this year, or you keeping it?
For how we do it, with the new ordinance, it used to be, quote, a donation, and it went by the size of the pool. This year, Brittany and all of us got together, And that's how they come up with this year, it's gonna be, no matter what size of pool it is, it's $100 to the fire department. That's us going with our hoses, filling it up, and then it is metered. The city gets the $1.64 for every, I think it's 100 gallon. The city gets that money. So the $100 goes to the fire department, all the water cost goes to the city.
So how are we doing the water thing? It says
They
here
bill it.
$200.
Do what now?
So you're gonna, so they understand that. This is a little
Yeah.
confusing to me, I
Yeah.
guess.
Everyone knows it's going up to $100 donation. They wanted to take donation out because it's not a donation, but they're telling you if you want your pool filled,
It's
The fire
$200
department's-
flat.
I don't know what the 200 is.
200 is for
200 is
in-ground
in-ground.
water size.
Oh, that's for the big in-ground pools.
Yeah,
Okay.
I won't bring up her name, but there's one over here on the west side. They have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We got there at 4 o'clock 2 years ago, and we left at 9 o'clock.
So that was really the only $200
The-
one.
Yeah, well, there's an in-ground right over here around the corner.
Okay.
I think there's only like 3 in-grounds that I know of in the city.
So it's this fee plus their water?
Yes,
$1.64.
but that is billed
Okay.
separately than even
Okay.
your water bill. They
Alright.
send out a whole separate bill.
Thank you.
That's pretty cheap because I know Swayze used to do it, the fire department, and it was a lot more than that.
Well, I know when Tedder was doing it out of Van Buren, he had a tanker, I believe was 3,000 gallons. And he was charging close to $500 every time he emptied the tanker.
Right,
And if your pool's empty, even a
Right.
small above ground is around 3,000 to 4,000 gallons. So you're
Right.
gonna pay $2,000 or $3,000 for him to come.
right.
The reason some of you may have heard of, if I asked the mayor about Scott Carter, he was talking about getting a tanker truck. But that was for people, say, right outside the city limits where we don't have hydrants. They would still have to pay the fireman the $100 for filling his tanker, then it's up to him to get the money off of them. But since they're using our water, our hydrants, they're still gonna have to pay the $100 to the fire department for filling his tanker.
Okay. Questions? Comment?
Nope, thank you.
It still seems like a small amount, even if it's 1,000 gallons, only $10 coming to the city for water, but I guess the city isn't really doing a whole lot either, it's the fire department, so.
No. I'll make a motion, we approve General Ordinance 3-2025. Is that the first reading or second?
It'd be the first, but I think you can
you can suspend.
suspend the rules and do it twice.
I'll
How do you
second.
guys feel about that? Okay, we're gonna do that, we'll second.
Yeah, I'll second that. We
Like I,
spent-
like I said, we are gonna try to start at the end of this week or this weekend possibly, because the hydrant should be done tomorrow.
Right.
So,
You guys okay with suspending it and doing the second?
Just because it's something we've already been doing, I want to do it less, but since it basically already happened,
So
so.
we need to take a motion on that one also? Anybody? Okay, second?
Yep, second.
Okay.
I will tell you, it hasn't slowed the people down. I've got 6 in there waiting for us to do. So they're not really too worried about the $100, it don't sound like.
They're not.
Right, got a motion and a second for the general ordinance. Roll call, please.
Andrea,
Aye.
Rex,
Aye.
Clayton,
Aye,
Gerald,
Aye.
Greg.
Alright,
Okay.
and technically that would be to suspend the rules when you.
Yeah.
Now you gotta take her to 7.
So now we gotta pass it.
Right.
So we have to make a motion if you want.
I'll make the motion that we set ordinance 3 to second reading.
I'll second.
Rex. Ms. Sexton. Roll call, please.
Andrea,
Aye.
Rex,
Aye.
Clayton,
Aye,
Gerald,
Aye.
Greg.
aye.
Okay. Okay. Redistricting ordinance, we will hold that off until June, and we'll do that in June and make sure, if you, like I said before, if you have any questions about that, it's the same area for the 3 wards. We did try to get, me and Clayton both tried to get the state to give us an exemption and let us be all at large because of how small we are, and they wouldn't allow us.
Oh.
But,
Talk to your legislator.
Yeah.
We want to, and there's other small communities that want it too. I
Oh,
think
yes.
it makes sense to have an amendment to the law. And the Grant County clerk also thinks it's probably an oversight and makes sense to allow small cities. It's kind of assumed because the population requirement is higher that cities wouldn't be smaller than the cap, but they didn't consider that cities might shrink.
okay, and moving on, old business. We have completed the 7th and Gulick ditch, and the bill has been presented and looks very nice over there. Hopefully, when the grass starts growing, and are you still here? The grass starts growing, it matches the carpet over there.
I don't think that's acceptable, Mayor, right, your class. Your class must not have done any good.
What's that?
Your sensitivity training.
Oh, I just, I don't know, sorry.
Sensitivity training.
I'm sorry to let you talk, but okay. Anyway, hope it looks good, because I think it looks nice. And, anything else? And now I'm confused.
Sorry.
Old business?
I have a question.
Yes.
Since I wasn't here last time, sorry. What's the update on the water for Mrs. Presswood on the trail? For the faucet?
Well, I found out there's water down there, but we haven't done anything with it.
Okay, well, the reason I'm asking is I met with her
Mhm.
and, we walked the trail. I did get help for her. The river is sending out people to replace the fence. She got the money from a grant to replace the fence, and then they have committed, I have it in writing right here, that they're going to replace the rail. So they have the manpower, so we just need water.
Is she just watering there at 10th, or is she watering more places?
So she does by the library, you know, up the steps.
Water?
And so I walked the whole route that she does, and I have to say, she kept up with me, like, that's, pretty good. And so, but to carry water, and then I know what we had stated that we possibly could, and she checks in with me and I check in with her to let her know the status of the other. I just guess I feel like that we should, she's almost 90, you guys, how can we help her when she's helping beautify? I understand it's a separate piece maybe because it's the trail, but she's doing all that. Surely we can,
Well, I guess I would ask, how much would it cost to put a,
well, I thought maybe I'm wrong. Did
The
we not
water
already talk
line,
about that?
the water line is there on 10th Street, but it's on that side of the road.
Right, so it's
you're
like on
gonna
Tanya
have to-
Phillippe's side.
You're gonna have to cut the road to get it over to the water.
So what's our other option? None?
Brad, you can jump in there.
Huh.
I don't know, I mean, what about a portable,
Yeah, portable
Thanks,
sprayer thing. I don't think, even though she's really agile, she doesn't have people. There are no people, and I feel shameful. Seriously, I would do it, you guys all know I'm not trying to use it, I can barely get to the places I need to get now because of my husband, let alone.
I would not recommend cutting a road
I'm not.
to water
I'm not-
something that we don't
I guess
own,
my thing
you
is,
know.
Mayor, it's not that I'm trying to get something that's not feasible for the city. I just feel like that we kind of initiated that we would do something, and I don't wanna not do anything.
I may still, I'll have to look, tomorrow I'll try to go back, and we may have a 500-gallon poly tank there at the garage that we had on a grass rig at one time. So possibly I'll set that somewhere. And fill it up.
Pump out of it.
Well, it'd just be a valve,
It's a
she'd,
valve.
that'd be
So
the
you'd have to
thing,
find
she'd still,
something to Get it up higher so it could.
Yeah.
Go down.
yeah, we'd
say,
have to.
as I say, if you don't, I've got a 250-gallon one that fits in the back of a pickup truck.
I could put it in the back of my Flex and just I
Know
would
about
if
that.
I had to. You guys, she's very agile, but I felt really convicted because, yes, Pastor, I said convicted. That, here she lives in Fairmount.
Well,
I live down the street.
can we not put a spigot on the south side? I mean, if the issue is cutting the road,
There's
just
nothing
another-
there on the south side of the ditch.
Yeah, and then you got the risk of her running back and forth with the water thing.
Across the street. Not on
I
that
just,
road.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and if not, I'll figure out something, but I don't know.
Well, we have a water thing on the back of the police vehicle, but somebody'd have
The-
to do it.
the
I
only-
can't commit, guys, I got enough.
No, I get it, I
The
get it,
only
Greg,
other
I get it.
closest spigot that I know of, Mayor, is the one at the old, where we took down the flags and everything, the memorial. There is a spigot there, but we was talking about taking that out. At least there's water a little bit closer.
That's not gonna help her much.
No,
Well, let me ask you a question. Why can't she schedule with us when she's gonna be there and we send somebody down there with the water tank? that
Okay,
sprays
well, yeah, I mean,
and
even
just
if
spray
it's
it.
me,
I
like,
mean-
with the time that I'll commit as much as I can, I have no extra.
No, we'll get somebody down there, but she needs to let us know when she's gonna be.
Sure, I don't know that she knew that was an option, cause I didn't wanna
Yeah.
speak for everyone.
Well, like, if Greg can't do it, cause I know he will,
Oh,
if he's
I
here,
know he-
I will do it. I know,
I will even do it if I have to.
everybody will volunteer, so it's not a big deal.
So what should I tell her?
To contact City Hall, 674-1196,
Yeah,
and then somebody will be down there.
okay.
try to give it.
Well, yeah, as long as it keeps raining, thank you,
Well,
Jesus, you know?
If she's down there, we'll just, even if it's raining, whatever, we'll go down there.
Okay, and I'll commit too, I mean, I'm happy to do it when I'm able.
Because if we, you know,
What?
no, I'm fine with helping her, no problem.
Okay,
Just
I
not
just
to
felt
cut
like,
the
am I
road.
wrong? I just felt like that we,
That's fine.
okay,
Can you do that for me?
100%, I talk to her every day,
Do you really?
she contacts me every day.
that's
Hey,
what,
Bob,
Yes.
I would like to straighten some of the advertisement Gas City does. They say that Cardinal Greenway,
I
In
correct
Gas
them all the
City.
time.
when they do videos, it says Cardinal, I said, when did that come to their city limits?
Yeah, well, that grant that we're trying to write together, they're gonna connect to they say they're gonna connect to it.
Do you know, and I also,
Yeah.
do we patrol that? No, yes?
Yes.
Okay, people steal the plants that she plants. How raggedy is that?
Steal the pot,
They steal the
Plants.
The-
She plants them in the ground.
That's squirrels.
No, they do it, like,
Okay.
when she's just been there, like, they dig them out of the pot. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, no.
Oh, they're bad at cemeteries. One year, my brother went to Greentown.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay.
Put two
Yeah.
pots.
Bob took it. Okay, in their old business, I'll bring up the meeting we had at the community building about the sewage problem in the south part of town and the potential extension in the west part. There was between 30 and 40 people there. Clayton was there. Who else was there? Brad was there. Rex was there. It went very well. People spoke up. They were very cordial. They were very receptive to what the guys were saying, what Mr. Ken Smith and Brad Klein were saying. I did reassure them that we're going to try to expedite the south project. I did tell the people out west that we'll be probably trying in the future to extend the services out there. And to bring up another subject, I did tell them several times that I will be trying to get them in the city limits of Jonesboro before my term's up. Mass annexation. Huh?
I only heard one complaint that she didn't wanna be in.
The rest of them were very receptive to the
Yeah,
idea, because I think Senate Bill 1, when it does filter down, we'll be able to analyze our taxes in this town. I think we may be on a level playing field with them, and we already provide protection, fire, police, we pave the roads, and we plow the roads, so it doesn't make any sense why they don't become part of the city.
No.
So, and it went real well, so, there was a people from Brights.
Yeah, Travis.
Love sewage.
And he was very, very knowledgeable. He's trying to help some of the people out there
Yeah.
get out of this without spending $30,000. So Brad and I and everybody's gonna be working on it, and, well, if anybody wants to speak to it, we'll be at the end of the meeting, so if you guys got any questions, you got anything?
it's another thing, so.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on.
Speaking of that, they talked at the meeting we were in about asking everybody if they wanted to attach or not, right, to the sewer line. Are we still proceeding with that, or since they came back and said that guy didn't know what he was talking about, is that changed? Last I knew, Ken was gonna go door to door if he had to
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah, that's,
No?
that guy, the
Well, I
information.
knew that
is
guy,
off.
but it might be good information for us if
Yeah.
we're doing it, you know what I mean? So we know who would hook up and who wouldn't.
Well, it's gonna end up being forced by the state for these guys, because they're within the city limits. Them guys are still in the county.
Yeah, but by state law, if they're within, what is it, 300 feet?
300
We
feet.
can force them to do that.
That's what I'm saying, it's
But
gonna
we
end
would
up,
have to force them, it's not automatic by state law. Now, they have to if their septic system is
Right.
failing,
yeah,
but they can get an exemption.
Yeah.
up to 10 years.
yeah,
Yeah.
10 years,
And
and then
that was
after
all
10
brought up.
years, they can get another 5.
Yeah, and we need to consider, like, even people in the city limits, if they have a functioning
Yes.
septic, how long are we going to give them? That needs to be a city council conversation. I
So it's
think-
not gonna be, we're gonna just come up there and make you do
Right.
something. It's gonna be palatable, I think.
Yeah.
Because if you got a brand new septic system, and like I tried to explain to everybody, I have 3 family members out there that's, well, I'm not eating their food at Thanksgiving, let's put it that way. Because they're mad because we're trying to move that way out there, but
But I don't think they understood, Bobby, the new rule about they have what, an acre of land?
yeah, you gotta
If
have
they
at least an
wanna put a
acre
new
now.
one in.
well, a lot of the things that we are fighting right now, that has been on the books for a long time. It's not like they just, one day they decided to say, an acre or exemption or forced or whatever, but we're gonna try our darndest on that, so. All right, let's go to reports.
Well, I do
Okay.
have one more business,
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't wanna get too much into redevelopment commission, but I am just curious, have we done anything with the contract for the land with the Realtor?
Talk to her, we are almost done with the contract.
Okay, when are we done, you know?
She didn't give me a date yet, it was a quick conversation,
Okay.
but we do have some good news, we do have somebody looking that's bought a house, gonna be put on Third Avenue. They're gonna buy our property on Third Avenue. If
Okay.
they're successful in
Yeah.
obtaining it. Cause I don't know how the rules are, but I think there's 2 people, there might be a war on who's gonna get the
Oh.
property.
Okay,
But I know one person's ready to put a house on it immediately.
great. But I wanna get out of that
The other
contract.
one, no.
The other ones don't. So we do have a potential buyer on that, that's not having conflict with anybody else wanting to buy it, so that's Third Avenue will be sold.
Yeah.
That'll be our first property.
He was actually buying all 3 of them lots. It's
Great,
empty over there.
great.
So, and,
He's
the
already
funds will
purchased
go
it,
to
I
the
think.
redevelopment committee, so.
Love it.
But she will give me a date. She was on the road. And the
Good.
conversation went well. I told her we were possibly taking another avenue.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank you.
for following up on that.
Reports, Public Works and Safety. Brad, you want to speak a little bit, sir?
Sure. Good evening. Just a quick update on the water treatment plant. We're doing electrical, interior framing, and interior filter piping right now. So all the work's kind of been centralized inside, but we're moving right along with that project. So still targeting an August startup, so going well. The paving 2024-1, you guys have probably noticed the sidewalks are going in from 3rd to 2nd and from 2nd to 1st. That project up to 5th Street. Once they get all the sidewalks in, then we'll be paving. So we're just trying to work out one little area at 2nd Street on some stormwater. That still hasn't been, that hasn't been determined yet what direction we're gonna go. We tried to get Gas City over to do some pipe cleaning, if you will, jet backing, but couldn't do it today because of the conflict with some other contractors. So we should have an answer on that hopefully by Monday.
So are they doing anything about that brick wall that was there? I see they took it out.
So that'll just be taken down and just graded back
Okay.
2-to-1,
Okay.
2-to-1 slope, so.
That'll look better.
The 2025-1, just waiting to get contracts back from E&D, and then we'll get the money, we'll get a draw for the money on that. So that's, I believe, and don't quote me on this, I believe that'll start in September. So we'll see how that goes with the festivities, but they're well aware that, you know, there's a car show and bike show that month, so.
I'd like to see them come in August, cause if they say wait till October,
Yeah,
then it's gonna be like last year.
yeah, we don't
Wait
want
till
it,
spring.
right.
We hope not.
And then the JC Knight demolition, we did push that bid date back 1 week. And that was just listening to the contractors with having the electrical element in that. It's a little bit more complex and the guys needed more time. So we did talk to Amy Miller, had a meeting with her a week ago. And it still falls within the timeline, so we're still good. So make it a little bit more tight, but we'll.
Hopefully the bid will come in under.
Yeah,
Was
okay.
it real competitive?
Yeah, we've got 6 contractors
Oh, wow.
on board now, so,
That's
That's
good.
great.
yeah. Yeah, I've been in and out of that building more in this week than I have.
Squeaky floors.
Yeah.
We appreciate your
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, so June 3rd, 6 PM, that's a special meeting if you guys wanna attend that. We'll open up bids.
John Clayton?
Guess I'll have to change my plans. I don't know if I can make it, we'll see.
Other than that, the mayor touched on the sanitary sewer extension. I mean, our next step is just really to identify what customers will be tying on. That grant will be submitted June 20th, and then we'll receive awards in August, so we'll cross our fingers. That's all I have, if you guys have anything for me.
No, I want to thank you for the JC Knight work you've done.
Thanks for all your great
Yeah,
work.
because I know that's,
Yeah, it's been a lot of work. Appreciate
yeah, it's kind of dangerous too.
it. Can we remote into that meeting?
Do what?
Can we remote into that meeting? Is it recorded?
But we,
If you gotta go someplace, like, okay.
I'll see.
On what, the 3rd?
Yeah, next Tuesday.
I'll be here.
I want to be.
Okay.
The point is I want to.
Okay.
But
thank you.
Thank you, Clark. Clark Kent,
Superman.
that's our nickname.
He knows how we feel about him, don't you?
Yeah.
He said money.
Clerk treasurer,
Yes.
you have anything tonight?
No.
She didn't leave you the checkbook?
No.
Aw,
Oh, come on.
I know, right?
Do that.
No official request. The attorney's off today. Special committees don't have any. Approval of the claims for the city of Jonesboro on the general fund in the amount of, what is it? $35,112.35.
I'll make the motion to accept the claims.
I'll make a note on that before you get a second. If you see my name on there, I went down and did a court ordered title for the truck out back because nobody ever titled it here, and we're gonna dispose of it. So Brittany, I went and paid for it, and Brittany is gonna give me a check, I hope, for it, but that's why my name's on there.
and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but, this work Mr. Connor performed in January, that $968,
Yeah.
was that just like title work and all that,
They
probably?
explained it last
Yeah,
meeting.
they
I
explained
don't know
I'm
what it was.
sorry.
No, it's fine. No,
But I'm
you need
just
to
saying, the
know.
other attorney explained what it
Okay,
was, I
okay,
thought.
Yeah.
it was
It was
addressed.
mostly, he had done some title work.
I'm
he had
sure.
done
And some body cam work, I think, or
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he came over here and did, viewed a body cam or
I mean,
something.
I wasn't questioning, I was just curious,
No, and the bill had been sitting on the desk, so that,
thank you.
okay, we have a motion on the floor, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll second.
Okay, got a motion and a second for the general fund, roll call please.
Andrea,
Aye.
Rex,
Aye.
Clayton,
Aye.
Gerald,
Abstain.
Greg.
Aye.
Okay. Public comments or questions, anybody got anything? If you, please, can you stand up and give us your name and your address, you know?
Stephanie Gosser,
Yes,
Water Street. I just wanted to know if we had a code enforcement officer yet.
not yet. we're setting up, we have one, but we're gonna do a training sessions with the Gas City Code Enforcement Officer. Bradley knows about that, so she came in, she works in our office right now. And she's very, very good at this stuff, so we're gonna work on this. It'll help out a lot to have somebody out there doing and helping out with some of this stuff, so, and yes, we'll have one. You got some people you wanna turn in already? He does. Yes, Tom. I mean, name and address, please.
Who I am, and where I live.
And at the mic, it's for the recording,
Yes,
more
sir.
than anything.
I'm sure everybody's aware of the guy that walks his dog about a half a block in front of him on no leash all the time. Carries a camera around.
Oh.
He's always on Water Street. He's been told by the police officers to put it on a leash, and he still doesn't do it.
Okay.
I mean, that dog, I've
Time,
never seen it get mean or anything towards anybody or any other dog, but there's several dogs that will attack him.
Absolutely.
what time of day does he walk down there?
It's usually in the evening, I would say between 4 and 6, somewhere around there.
And we do have an ordinance, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he's been told by the police to put him on a leash and he won't do it.
Okay. He's not here right now, but he'll be back here in a few minutes and I'll tell him. Oh, he's already gone. It is 7 something. Make sure, Medina, would you make sure tomorrow? Will you tell him if I don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a resident that doesn't put his dog on a leash, and the dog will chase people.
Yep. I was chased by Circle K with my grandchildren on Main Street and had to
Oh,
use
no.
pepper spray, yeah,
Oh, no.
on Main Street.
Chase my
That's not,
grandkids and it's
after
over.
being
This is
chased
It's
by
over.
the dog that I had to jump the fence on
No.
my own street, after the police have been there multiple times, that's not okay,
No.
Right.
at all.
When was this?
This has been continual, it's better now, it's better now,
Okay.
better than it has been.
Well, you don't have to take that.
No, I don't.
We've got a dog problem in this community, and we need to start
And
having
cat.
less tolerance for that.
Cat's gotten better.
Thanks to Chip.
The people don't watch their cats either.
It's because Howie's
Oh,
gone.
my God.
Howie's cat.
Don't say his name.
I'm sorry.
Don't say
The,
his name.
the
They don't
neighbor
know.
south and north of me had like
Well,
25
down by
cats.
his house, I think over towards Main Street, they had 2 dogs that used to run loose, and I knew people walked the trail. They
We
come
would-
kind of growl at them.
Oh, they chased us from across the street over to the other side and had to pepper spray him
Wow.
in front of Circle K.
We are
This
going
dog
to
runs
get,
down the
we
road.
are creating IDs for the employees up here and the new code enforcement person where they won't go there. There will be guidelines, what she or he cannot do, and we will follow up on this, but that's the first I knew about you being chased like that.
That's like the
That's the
third
first thing I knew
time.
about this, so.
And I'm not,
Tell the police.
yeah, oh, I do.
This guy parks his car over at Gas City Park by the walkway bridge,
Okay,
and he walks through the park and then comes up 10th Street, and then gets on the Water Street, and then walks back to the trail, or to the bridge, and gets back in his car.
will we,
I've seen him.
we'll take care of that? Okay. All right, any other comments from the questions?
I
on
do.
that?
2 weeks ago, I came to a meeting and, I asked for, police reports. I've not gotten those yet.
Yeah. And that's me, I did it again.
I don't wanna call up here and ask for them.
No, you will get those.
What's your name, ma'am?
Oh, that's,
Secret.
see.
Oh, I didn't know her name, so I was just.
You should have been at the last meeting.
Oh, boy, that's on TV. No.
Christine Crockett, I live at 1513 Muncie Pike.
Nice to meet you, I'm Andrea Sexton. My husband's disabled, and so I have to care for him and take him to Fort Wayne, that's why I wasn't here. No, it's okay, I get it, that's fair.
Dogs are chasing you. Ms. Crockett, do you have the date on that report where I can write it down?
It's at home, I didn't bring it.
That's
I
all right.
just assumed I'd get it tonight. I have the numbers and everything.
That's my fault. I did not follow up.
I heard you talk about it a couple times.
I know, but I never,
I have 3 numbers, I can call them.
You're on Water Street by the school, right?
No,
Muncie
I'm on
Pike.
Muncie Pike,
Muncie
by
Pike.
She's
River.
close to
By
me.
River.
Oh,
Way down south.
she's in
Well,
Ward 3.
Across the street from Bruce Jones' old place.
So she's
Is
just
that
right
all
around
you
the
need
corner
tonight?
from you,
okay.
Yeah, that's all.
just around.
Now, you guys, you did get some information to her, right?
Oh,
Yes, as far as the,
Alleyway.
We put the flags out.
Yeah.
We hope to get this, I hope Mr. Bright can figure out, just get this stopped now, where it won't be running down there, and I think we
Well,
worked out a
yeah,
deal.
We just worked on behind me.
Yeah.
I do, actually, since you brought that up, is there a way that we can present to the neighbor east of me? No, yeah, east of me, to remove the dirt back into his yard? It just is creating an issue. I'm gladly mowing up to where I can, but there's dirt all along the alley that really needs to be removed. So that, it was nice and green and we could mow it, and now it's like weeded up, and I'm trying to keep it nicely, cool, I don't know which one to call it. I've been weed whacking and I've been mowing as best as I can on my side.
Okay.
So
When I
I
was
just
out there, I
wanted-
didn't see, it. Of course, it was cold then, and the grass wasn't growing.
Did you
Would
notice
you-
that when you put the flags out there?
yeah, so he has dumped inside of the easement
On our property.
on the city's property,
Okay,
up to her property.
It's quite a bit, I mean, what about
is it,
30 feet? Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty good sized area.
do you want to
It
go
was
out there
nice and
tomorrow? and
green.
look
I
at
mean,
that?
it's not even so much, I guess,
Hydrants, but
Oh, we can't do that.
we can try to get out there.
Well, somebody's gotta get out there, because I didn't know it moved dirt in
You still got the flags there,
yeah,
unless they
I
took
didn't
them
know
down.
them.
they're blue flags.
there. So as far as the police report, you will have that tomorrow. But you can follow up with me again on that.
I'm already making
You
notes.
can email those.
So is it anything west of the flags? Is that how you done it? Where's the flags compared to our easement, east or west?
So I've put them east and
Oh,
west,
so right down the
right,
middle.
you'll see.
So any dirt that's in that area just needs some,
I can run down there and show you.
I can see it tomorrow.
All right, everything else?
And I believe I have your email already on file.
Okay. No more comments or questions from the public? Council comments or questions? Yes.
Not really town business, but I've heard a rumor that there's a rumor about something happening at our Christmas at the Cabin regarding a certain young man.
Oh,
Has anybody heard
no,
anything about that?
No.
no,
Okay.
I was there, I don't remember, I didn't.
Okay.
A young man of what age?
Um,
Is it the one we talked about?
yeah,
I haven't heard nothing.
I haven't heard a thing.
yeah. Well,
Someone.
here's what I've heard. The rumor that I heard is that, this young man who has a legal issue was wearing a Santa suit, and he was, because the guy who was supposed to wear it couldn't fit, and this young man, being who this young man is, went ahead and put on it. We were not aware of his legal situation. So Quentin told us immediately about it. I took care of the situation, the student got off. The young man left town, or left the park.
I did see that.
So, but there's a rumor that this young man had children sitting on his lap and so forth. So I just wondered if I need to make a public statement on that, if it's something getting around, you know, we would never.
Yeah, I haven't heard. If you need a statement from me, I'll
Yeah,
give
and I
you
was
one.
there, he left, I saw him leave.
Well, it's because we stopped him before it ever got started.
Yeah, but I mean, I did physically see it.
And that's fine, I was just, if that is out there, then we need to address it, because it didn't happen.
Yeah, and I'll just let you know, just kind of ease yours. It also happened over at Gas City. I got a call that he was gonna be the Easter Bunny at a business over there. So I called Gas City Police and told them, which they know about him. So hopefully it got stopped there too.
Okay, well, that eases my mind, thank you.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, if you need something from me, let me know.
Well, I did write him off at the paving down on Water Street. He was down there trying to work with those guys, and I went down there and talked to them and said, hey, he's not allowed up here, he's not around up here, so. It was kinda got interesting, the guy that I was talking to thought I was talking about one of his workers,
No,
that he wasn't allowed to work for him, and he comes up and put a Brad knows about this, and the guy got a little short, and he says, hey, I don't know the guy's name, it might be this name, but I don't know, but he works for me, you can't do anything about it, I thought.
Oh, no.
So, the individual that you're talking about is gonna have to be addressed by this community and other communities. He won't come up here anymore because I told him not to, so, in your defense, I think you guys are okay, nothing's been said, but we will make sure nothing like that ever happens again.
Yeah, 'cause he likes to show up during Easter,
Yeah.
or Easter stuff.
Now that we are aware,
He's a little-
Yes.
we are trying to keep him out, because we do have some other young people
Yes.
who want to be involved in the historical society that just, they don't feel comfortable and it's not legal for him to be there
Yeah,
while they are there, so we're addressing that situation.
good job.
We discussed it, at last meeting, so he will not be anywhere near us.
All right, any other comments or questions from the board, to the board? If not, adjournment is in order.
I move to adjourn.
So be it.
Have a nice evening.
Yep. You can't be here June 3rd, can you, kid?
I had it on my calendar for like a month and a half.
Christine,
I know, right?
Christine, I apologize. My bad. No,
I
it's
don't have the
not.
numbers, I did.
No, my bad.
But I do have the.
That's why I tell her to do everything. Oh, I know what I'm talking about. Hey, did you see where Second Street